Hello, I'm Elaine Smith, the Artistic Director of the Clamour Theater Company. We're holding these creative conversations with playwrights, with actors, with directors, so that you can find out more about Clamour Theater and about the artists who work with us. Welcome to this edition of a Clamour Creative Conversation. Today we're talking with John Minigan, whose play Sorais Knife is going to be read on November 6th as part of our Zoom reading series. Welcome, John. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for letting me be here. I'm very excited about this and about the upcoming reading.
Yeah, me too. So why don't you introduce yourself, tell our viewers a little bit about yourself.
Sure. John Minigan is my name. I use he, him pronouns. I live in Massachusetts, currently in Framingham. I've pretty much always lived in Massachusetts. I was a full-time high school theater teacher for 31 years, 35 years teaching altogether. I left full-time teaching about 3 years ago to focus more on writing while I have the brain cells left to do that. And that's kind of what I've been devoted to since then. I've been teaching playwriting and some Shakespeare and some adult acting at a small conservatory nearby since then, and working a bit for Emerson College, working with their student teachers, helping to supervise them. Okay. So that's kind of me.
Great. That's great. So now let's talk a little bit about Sorais Knife without giving away any major spoilers.
Sure. One of the things that fed into it was an incident of racist vandalism at an art show in a school that I was teaching in. And in 2014, and it kind of stuck with me, the fact that this thing could happen in a school that it seemed like it was a great place to be for everybody, and it turned out it was definitely not. And there was sort of a great coming together of the school community as a result of this, but that incident sort of stuck in my mind. I'm interested in issues of academia because I've been in some form of academia most of my life. My wife was a university instructor for about 20 years. So those issues are always of concern to me. Racial issues are of concern. I'm the one white person in a multiracial family. And I've watched what my wife as a biracial woman went through in her teaching, and my two kids who are biracial, and their experiences and how they sort of, the ways that they found to fit or not fit in the situations that they were in, and their perspectives on it. So those things all sort of fed in. And I decided at one point that I really wanted to write a play that was kind of about these issues and focused in Boston. So that's sort of the background. It took a long time for the play to reach its current form, which is par for the course for me. I rewrite a lot. Started writing this play in, I think, 2016. And this is the first time it's going to have a full reading. So I'm very excited about that. I developed it in a writing group where we sort of brought in 20 new pages every month. And so portion of it was read at the end of that process, but this is the first time I'll get to hear the whole thing.
Cool. That's really great. So tell me, do you have a favorite play of your own, whether produced or unproduced?
I think it's hard. Which of my children is my favorite? Let me see. I think that the play that I'm most excited about right now, because it's close to its first full production, is a play called Queen of Sad Mischance, which is also in some ways a play about race and academia, but a very different structure. And that's a play that has been in development a long time. I started living with that one in about 2015. It's based on, again, things that I've observed my wife going through, a situation that my daughter was in when she was a college student, and my lifelong fascination with Shakespeare's Queen Margaret as a character. So it's a play about a biracial college senior who gets a job, work study position as a research assistant for a white feminist Shakespeare scholar with early onset Alzheimer's, who's trying to finish her magnum opus about Queen Margaret while she still can. And it's about the year of work that they do together and how the ground shifts underneath both of them over the course of the year. It's had way too many readings. It's had, I think, 15 or 16 public readings at this point. Theaters seem very interested, but nobody has really bitten on it except one theater in California, Left Edge Theater, is going to premiere it in April. next year, April of 2022, for a 3-week run. Very excited about it. And I've never been to California, so I'm going to go out. It's about 2 hours from where my son has just started a PhD program. So we're going to get to visit him in his new environment and see the show. Yeah, it's been a long time coming. It had a week-long workshop at Portland Stage in Maine, and it was developed over the course of a year-long fellowship at New Rep Theater outside of Boston.
Okay, well, congratulations. That is exciting to get the
It is,
production
yeah.
going
Yeah,
and
I'm
get to
very
visit a
excited
new
about it.
place and all of that.
Yes.
And as most plays are all too long in coming to the stage. So
Right, right.
yeah. So okay. So now let's talk about one of my favorite questions in this
Mhm.
is, what are 3 favorite plays you may have seen or read by other authors,
Yeah.
and what do you like about them?
Ooh, there's so many good plays out there. I think probably top of my list currently, because I'm sure it would shift hour to hour, week to week, year to year, is probably Paula Vogel's Indecent. It's a remarkable play because it does things that I like to do when I'm writing. Does it much better than I do when I'm writing, which is to look at simultaneously at the personal and the political and social. And it uses all the techniques of theater. There's amazing dialogue, characterization, there's music, there's dance. And I saw the play in New York on its Broadway run, and I liked it, but it didn't really hit me as strongly as it did later. PBS did a recording of it, and I DVR'd that, and I don't know how many times I've watched it in the time since I DVR'd it. Um, it's remarkable. It is brilliant, stimulating. It's a gut punch. It's about what the connection between art and the personal and the political. And it's kind of miraculous. It's amazing. Um, in 2018, shortly after I left full-time teaching, my name was drawn out of a hat to do a workshop with Paula Vogel in New York, and it was just a quick little 2 or 3 hour workshop, but it was sort of a game changer for me. It actually led to my approach to Sorais Knife, to think outside the box and not just put people in a room and have them talk, which is kind of what I had done, but to think, to use more non-naturalistic elements in my writing. So Indecent's probably the top of my list. Um, Very different play. I've always loved August Wilson's The Piano Lesson. I think it's going back to New York this year, which is exciting. And I love it because it's about the political and social, but it's through the filter of traditional American family play. It's a brother and sister and their relationship, and it addresses the question of what does the past mean to you and how do you work with the past in a way that is beautiful, heartbreaking. These are both plays that make me cry when I watch them, as well as make me laugh because they're also very funny. And the dialogue just sings and the characters are indelible. I can't get them out of my mind since the first time I saw it, which was the first time I ever took my students on a field trip to see a play. We saw The Piano Lesson in Boston before its Broadway run, and it was a good choice. They were kind of blown away, as I was. And the third, again, totally different, Tony Kushner's The Illusion, which is not particularly political, but I love it because, I started as a writer, I started as a poet. And somewhere I read this wonderful quote that a playwright is a poet who got lonely. And I think that the poetic quality of Kushner's language in general, but especially in that play, is it has an audacity. It's so brave. You read the play and you say, I don't know if this could ever work on stage because the language is just over the top consistently. And when it plays well, it's gorgeous. It's beautiful. I got to direct the play about 10 years ago, and it's wonderful to have a play that pulls the audience in with its characterization, its language, its humor, and then also makes them gasp. And again, it's about, I guess the thing that connects all 3 of these plays for me is, in one way or another, they're about the connection between how to create action in the world and solve problems and art. It's music in The Piano Lesson, and particularly with family piano. Indecent is a play about a play and how a play changed the lives of the people who were involved. And I can't say too much about Tony Kushner's Why It's About the Power of Art without giving away, giving an amazing spoiler for a great aha moment in that play. So I guess those are my top three currently. King Lear sort of floats above everything for me, but in terms of plays that I would want to rush out and go see, I think probably those three are the ones that I would want to see again
Good.
as soon as I could.
That's great. I'm making a list of everybody's choices, and I'm going to sit someday when I have time. I'm going to sit down and read them all that I haven't already read. So that's great. So good. So for our viewers, if you would like to read plays by John Minigan, you can look for them on the New Play Exchange website, which is newplayexchange.org. And if you would like more information on John, you can visit his website at johnminigan.com. And if you would like to attend the free Zoom reading of John's play Sorais Knife on November 6th, that's 7 p.m. Eastern, you can make a reservation on Clamour's website, which is also the place to go for information on our other events. That's clamourtheater.org. And you can find us on Facebook as Clamour Theater Company. We post all of those URLs in the description below. And if you would like to see more interviews like this one, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. John, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us today and letting us all get to know something about you. We are so looking forward to the reading of Sorais Knife, and we are very glad you've been able to join the Clamour community.
Yeah, I am too. I'm tickled pink. Thank you so much, Elaine, for this, for all you're doing to bring Sorais Knife to an audience and get it spoken for the first time out into the world.
That's really exciting. I'm looking forward to it. Okay.